So now that you have seen that, the next thing is how do you teach using the annotate bar? And the first place to begin on how you teach using the annotate bar is the whiteboard. The whiteboard is the first place to begin and practice how to use your annotate bar. So I'm going to show you how to teach on the whiteboard and where do you get the whiteboard? Let me just show you in a few. Okay, I forgot to take a picture of the whiteboard. Let me do that now. So here we have it. Let me show you. Okay, just give me a minute. I switch on my video. Now that's nice. So with that, you can proceed. You can be able to see this is how your Zoom normally looks like. So if you click on this button, the share button, which is normally green down here, when you click on it, you're going to see another window open up. Let me show you the window that will open up. So here is the window that will open up. Yep, so this small window will come up the moment you click on share screen. So when, just maybe a few things, when you click on this, everything that you'll be sharing on your screen will be seen. So don't click on share screen most of the time. In case you want to show anything, first open it up, and every small window that you've opened up on your laptop will be here. For example, I had opened the sniping tool. I have opened the Zoom application. I have opened Google, I've opened in Chrome. So any other window that you have opened, the ones that appear below your screen, all of them will be here. So if it's a photo, download it, then open. Then when you click share, you can be able to do so. But today I'm focusing on the whiteboard. That's the first place where you learn how to teach. Then after you've learned how to teach on whiteboard, you can be able now to share other screens and be able to share with the student. So when you click on this whiteboard, your whole screen will turn white, and this is what you will see. Let me now do it on my end. I've clicked share screen and I've clicked whiteboard. And when I click share whiteboard, I think you can be able to see my whiteboard, a complete white screen that I can be able to use to teach. So today I'm going to look at how to teach things that primarily have lots of notes. And then after that, we look at how do you teach mathematical concepts. So let's start with teaching notes. For example, geography, it has a lot of notes, more than, or Kiswahili or English. It does not have a lot of calculations and drawings. So to teach using that, the first thing I always advise, make your whiteboard neat by dividing it into sections. So I can be able to draw a line over there so that I have section 1 and I have section 2 and section 3. So having sections just make your work a bit neater. You can be able to arrange your work well. If I want to move them, I click on select and I can be able to drag and move them. So these were straight lines that I just drew. After you have done that, the next thing, maybe I can make them a little shorter so that I can have the heading on top over there. So if I click on that and make it slightly short, then I can be able to write the text. So let's say, for example, you're learning Geli. If we learn Geli, let me use maybe for it to stand out, I can write it in green. Geli, Kiswahili. So I can be able to do that. Then once I have that, I always say settle on 3 colors to use on the whiteboard, because you want your work to be as beautiful as possible. So I'll settle on 3 colors and I'll show you how to do about that. So my primary color will be color brown, then the others I'll change as I want. So the first ngeli, let me say I'm teaching kuhusu ngeli. So the first ngeli niseme, okay, I forgot to change my color. So first, let me change before, though I can change after. I'm changing before so that My primary color, I want it to be the default color. Every time I press on text, all text box start with that color. Because when you change the color, when it's inside, it doesn't change the default text box color. So I can say that the first one, let it be Gelia Lia. So Gelia Lia. I can say that many examples, mifano. I can say maybe a short, I can give a short communication about it. Naweza sema maneno mengi katika ngeli hii huanza na G ama huanza na I can't remember what you call I can't remember na J na wingi wa maneno haya yote huanza na m ama ma ama me. So that's an example. Then I can come over here and say mifano. I'm teaching a student, for example. So mifano, naweza sema kama jino, alafu wingi ni meno. Hiyo iko kwa ngeli ya lia. I can give another example. Jiko, and example ni meko. So hizo zimeanza na me. Then I can go kwa zenye zinaanza na ma. So zenye zinaanza na ma maybe ni gari, magari. You can go to another one, wingi ni ma na gari, magari. I can't find any. So like you can see all the wingis zimeanza na the letter M. Lakini wingi kuanga hiyo ya magari. Anything that has makitu, the singular didn't have anything, but it had ma. Anytime you see ma, it's yeah. Kama a good example is the neno maziwa, kwa udogo ni maziwa, kwa wingi ni maziwa. So yuko kwa ngeli ya ya kwa sababu ma iko kwa ya. So that's an example that I can give a student. Then I can say I had already picked maybe brown. I want to change the color of that so that it becomes a bit dark green. I want to change the color of that so that it becomes dark blue. So let me just select that text box. And you can see that my work looks a bit neater that way. Then I can come over here and sema ngeli ya pili ni ngeli ya kiwi. So though I have not changed the color, but I'll change the color afterwards. So nitasema maneno mingi katika ngeli hii huanza na ki ama cha. Huanza na vi ama. So I can show that ama. Then I can rate wingi via. That way. Then I can come and give examples and say mifano. So if I do an example here under mifano, I'll say number one, mifano naweza sema kiti, then viti. Number two, I can say kikombe. So kikombe, vikombe. Another one is actually kiatu. Then wingi, viatu. Then let me look for an example, the one that has cha, chombo. Wingi, vyombo. So with that, I can be able now to come. Fano, I want it to remain the same. So I can change the color of that particular, that's why I wrote it on a different text box, make it dark green, then I can change for that one and make it dark blue. So if you can see that if I just use 3 colors consistently, I can be able to have a very good presentation without having very many colors that are calling for the students' attention, and still be able to have my work to be very presentable. Because they are on different text boxes, I can be able to move them as I want. So that's the way you teach things that gonna have lots of notes. So maybe the final one, maybe I can, maybe let me say you're teaching physical features in geography, physical features or social studies. And you say these are the different landscapes. So that's the explanation, the different landscapes on the face of the earth. Then I can be able to give examples. So I can come over here, write examples. I'm writing it under a different text box so that I can be able to change the color. So examples, I can have mountains. I can have number 2, hills. I can have number 3, valleys. I can have number 4, gorges. Then I can come and now change the colors to the 3 primary colors that I'd already picked. That's dark brown, dark green, and dark blue. So that one I want to be dark green, and I can now be able to add my A over there. Then for physical features, I can be able to, because it's a title, I can make it dark blue. So you can see that my work looks very presentable, it looks neat, and it's an interesting way of teaching concepts that primarily have notes. Divide, let me just repeat, divide them into segments. Once you've divided them into segments, the next thing, pick 3 primary colors and use those 3 primary, after you've picked the 3 primary colors, determine which color will be appearing over and over again, the one that you'll make as the constant. Then write everything in one color, then go and change back the ones that the colors are not the color you want them to be. So just pick one color, write everything in one color, then go right click on that particular text box and change the color. And at the end of it, you have a very nice presentable work that the person who's looking at, 1, the colors are attractive to their eyes. Number 2, the colors are not competing for the person's attention. So that's how to teach things that have notes in them. So I think that's what I will encourage for you to do, and practice it as much as you can, and then you'll be good. So that's it. Let me see you in the next lesson, where we're going to learn how to teach mathematical concepts. So thank you for that, and see you in the next lesson.